Hi everyone, so in today's video we're going to be going over a bit of LPs and positions I'm currently in. Highly risky, high returns kind of approach is my strategy for this. Just before we go into that, yesterday's drama probably a Bitcoin, it probably went through every emotion for a lot of people. We had a Darth Maul candlestick here. You can see we wicked up to 103, $104,000 and obviously wicked down to $90,000. Now we're back up to the 98 and hopefully momentum's continue upwards and keep going. And pretty much look to fill the wick. Just before we go on, what I'm going to do is say appreciate everyone that has subscribed to the channel recently. You know, any questions, any queries, any concerns, any ideas you have for videos, drop them below in the comments. I'll kind of look to try and cover as much content as I can to try and build out different content for different people and what they're interested in. So in this scenario, what I did is I worked on borrowing and lending. Now I have it on, I borrowed from a different chain, I bridged it over and pretty much did it there, but I'm just going to show you the process of what I'm building out actually at the moment. I'm doing this on Moonwell. So I've supplied $270 odd worth of Aero tokens to Moonwell. I think it's a low enough rate I'm getting now for actually supplying. It was originally fairly high, but I think it's after dropping a good bit now over the last number of weeks. So I think Aero's only it's only 1.7 now percent for supplying. But the benefit of this is you're able to borrow tokens, and for some of these you can borrow them at a negative rate, which is good. But in this scenario, what I done is I borrowed what did I borrow again? USDCs. I borrowed it on BNB chain because that's where I have holdings of Bitcoin and stuff like that. So I've borrowed, I think it was $1,500 in total of USDC, transferred it over to base chain because this is where you can get the actual higher returns, and it's a bit more farms and positions and stuff like that. So you can see here straight away, obviously I have one open on Fantom at the moment. This is still, I need to work on to change this around. But what I'm going to do is show you quickly, I suppose, my positions, and then I'm going to kind of go into a bit of detail of why I have them and the reason behind it. So if you go into deposits, you can see here, total deposit is around $1,400. Earned so far $38. Daily rewards is 34. APR is 859. Now, just before anyone starts screaming and shouting at the screen and TVs and stuff like that, this is extremely risky. You know, I'm in high risk pools and not low liquidity, but low enough TVLs and stuff like that. So, you know, just bear in mind with that. Now, I'm doing this all through obviously VFAT, as you can see here, and you can see my ranges. You know, they're not tight ranges. I have 48%, 60% width, and an 86% width. And you can see at the moment that these two, they're nearly after out of range to the top of it. Now, I made a mistake with these, but what I'm going to do is explain it a bit more. But you can see the daily rewards and the APRs. I have 753%, 783, and 1500%. Now, the strategy here is I've borrowed roughly $1,500. What I will be doing is converting this into stable coins and obviously looking to repay the loan back. And I'm just going to keep doing that to see how things go. If it's a case one of these turns out that something bad happens to it, I lose it. But as I said, it's just a risk and a strategy that I'm doing because I think overall, I think the markets are in a positive position, and I don't like having crypto held and not being able to use it. So the first position we have is Wrapped Eating Meagles, and I'll bring up the chart here. So you can see here, this was my range. Now, I got into this yesterday. You can see I added $1,000 roughly to the LP around here. And you can see obviously today we're up to the top of that range. Now, I don't mind going out of range to the top because I'm focusing on the USD or the dollar value of the position. So as you can see, roughly $1,000. I'm up $53 in the deposit value. I've obviously generated $18 of fees here. But I said that's my focus. So if we go over here and I have to close the position to rebalance, restructure, I will end up with more dollar value. And I think this is the main reason why I did this approach. And the other big reason is because liquidity. Liquidity is locked. This is obviously a pool on Aerodrome. So because it's the other pools for Amigos are on Uniswap and this is Aerodrome, I feel this is going to be incentivized more because Aerodrome will want to get liquidity pushed over onto their pools, and hence why I jumped into this one. So obviously the market cap in Eagles is grand, but as I said, liquidity is high, so we're having not risk of a whale selling and crucifying the price. Hopefully. So again, this is my range. You can see, as I mentioned, the range is roughly 48%. and it is roughly 48% I think here. And again, if we look back on this position, you can see it here. I had whatever the percentage is, 20 something percent to the upside and 20 something percent to the downside, and this was, as I said, pretty much here. Going forward, what I will do is I'll keep a tighter range to the top and potentially expand it a little bit more out to the bottom, because over time I'm happy to kind of, as I said, go out over the top, but don't want it to happen at the bottom. So the next pool that we're quickly going to look at is Wrapped ETH and AIXBT. So this is obviously, if you're not familiar with it, it's an AI bot on Twitter, and you might have seen if you follow me on Twitter that I've interacted with the bot a bit as well. So again, we have decent liquidity on this, 719,000, high market cap, and I personally think AI bots and stuff like that will have a big push this during the bull run in general, and this was the big reason obviously I got into this. Again, you can see we are very close to going out over the top of it again, so I might have to reevaluate this one again. But as I said here, I put in $200 and the position is $213 it's worth at the moment, with $10 of earnings. And then the last position I got into was this one, Wrapped ETH and Ski. Now Ski, this was highly risky. I got into the big reason was obviously liquidity was locked as well. It was around 500,000, but this is a meme coin, so this can go anyway. And the reason I got into this yesterday is because the APR was 2,500%. So I said what I plan to do is get into it with a big range. And as I said, I got into it here yesterday on this candle and a massive range. So like you can see there, but you know, as most of you are aware, memes anything can happen to. So as I said, highly risky, but again, it's just an opportunity to potentially earn from it. So as you can see, the earnings are roughly $7 a day. This was double figures yesterday. The same with this one was double figures. These are going to fluctuate as we progress, but as I said, it's just to give you an idea of where everything is. I put in 200. Where was it? This one. I put in $200 into this, and this is currently the deposit value is $189. I imagine ETH is down a bit, maybe in price in general today, so that might be one of the reasons why that's down a bit. But as I said, go back here. Sorry, go back here. You can see I am earned $9 now. In total, yeah, I've lost a couple of dollars in this position, but as I said, it's high risk, so this is going to fluctuate. This value has been going up and down with 220, 230 at one stage, and APR was way up. So look, I'm going to leave it there with the video. I'm not going to extend it out any longer, but as I said, the idea here is anything is earned, go straight back over to eventually pay off your loan and hopefully get to a point where it's a free bag. Now, as I said, it's not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research on it. This is extremely risky. I have other positions open that are a lot more stable and a lot more secure, but as I said, I'm wanting to try and play the high APRs and try and take advantage of the high APRs, because not always does a high APR mean that it's instant, problems down the line. If you think back, if any's been around in 2020, 2021 DeFi season, we had different projects were printing money for us and we were getting APRs like that as well. And as I said, for a lot of people, you can make money doing this, but again, you need to have your head on a swivel and kind of understand the risks and rewards and stuff. So with that in mind, we leave it there. Thanks very much as always for all your support, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.